They came to retrieve the marked warrior, a mark they saw on the body of Deimos. As he was taken away in front of his brother's eyes, little did he know of the fate that awaited him. At first, the belief that his brother Kratos would come to save him kept him alive. But as the years lapsed, Deimos lost all semblance of hope, and with it any thread of humanity left in him. The anger, the vengeance seethed within him and lay dormant for decades. With little sanity left, it was this rage that made him endure, believing the day would come when he would once again face the brother who abandoned him.
What's up, all you lovely people? Jeremy again with the Classic League Review Crew, and I'm back to do another PSP review. This will make number 3 for me. Good God, Tony is a ruthless slave driver. Anyway, today we're going to be looking at God of War: Ghost of Sparta. Now, I know there are a ton of reviews out there for this game, and I have to tell you that I am biased about this series because so far every game is delivered. But as a PSP game, Ghost of Sparta has touched me in ways that so few truly have. Most of them awkward and probably illegal, but I felt that y'all needed to know about it. I was thinking that what I might do for my review for this game would be just to say, today we're reviewing God of War: Ghost of Sparta. Go buy it, the end. But I figured I might as well go a little more in depth and give you people something to listen to and watch. So let's start this review with my conclusion at the beginning. A list, shall we? Reasons to buy God of War: Ghost of Sparta. Number 1, you have a PSP. Number 2, it's freaking God of War. Number 3, you have a PSP and it's God of War. Now for some reasons not to buy Ghost of Sparta. Number 1, you don't have a job or any money. Number 2, you're 130 years old, you don't care and you just crap your pants. Number 3, well, maybe you don't have any arms or something, but I wouldn't let that stop you. Work through the pain. I thought that list was pretty good. Developed by Ready at Dawn Studios and Sony Santa Monica, Ghost of Sparta takes the God of War franchise and just keeps churning out the awesomeness that it's known for. Like Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta steps away from the storyline of the console trilogy. It's set between the events of God of War 1 and God of War 2, and you are on a quest to find your brother, Deimos, who was taken from you as a child, and bring him back from the realm of death. Like every other God of War game, the story takes you through epic fights and locations and has every trademark that you've come to love from the franchise. Destroying enemies, unlocking new moves, the backtracking through the environment and having an epiphany about something. Awesome cinematic quick-time events and the always entertaining, pubescent, bonerific sex minigame. As far as gameplay goes, if you're looking for a game that reinvents the series, this isn't your title. Gameplay has stayed true to all the original elements with a few exceptions. What it does do, however, is unleash the fury that we have all come to love and cherish from a God of War title. Hack and slash is definitely a primary offense, with the Blades of Chaos reaping pain and despair on every pixel that they touch. They've added in, Ready at Dawn has added in Thera's Bane, which is a fire element that's added to your Blades of Chaos that can inflict some serious damage as you level it up. To be clear, this is not a magic ability. It has its own separate usage bar for Kratos to use up. It's not only used in combat, there are also some puzzle and platforming elements that require usage of this. They've also added in a complete weapon set known as the Arms of Sparta. This gives Kratos a projectile and his spear to dispose of baddies in the distance, and both items in the arms help with puzzle-solving elements. Magic, you ask? Of course there's magic in this game. What kind of God of War game would it be without Kratos acquiring magic skills in anything other than an epic and destructive manner? Ready at Dawn has added all new magic to the series and made the battles for these abilities flow seamlessly with the storyline. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but as usual, each one has its own distinct uses and can wreak havoc if needed. The platforming and puzzle solving is just like any of the series, but if you've played the other games, you'll notice moments of platforming and game mechanics that have clearly been taken from the console games. Mainly the one I noticed was the God of War 3 crevice shimmying and also the flight mechanic, which could be attributed to God of War 2. A welcome new addition is a move where you slide down massive cliffs or falling walkways and you have to quick time event to jump to the next falling ledge or onto something. It added some intense moments to the game and I felt it was a great addition. For being on the PSP, the boss battles were of equal quality to any of the other titles in the series. Maybe except for God of War 3 because those were just epic. Of course, these consist of learning the routine, beating the hell out of them however you have to, and then quick timing until you demolish them. Ready at Dawn has also introduced a couple new enemies to add some freshness to the combat. I thought they were very well done. As far as replayability goes, like always, once you beat the game, you can go through and play again on harder difficulties using the items that you picked up and also with your weapons already leveled up. They've also added in the Temple of Zeus, which is kind of like the Mortal Kombat Crypt, if you guys know what I'm talking about, where you can purchase unlockable content with currency you've earned through your fighting campaign. The Temple of Zeus is like the Crypt, but you use experience orbs to purchase these items, which include characters to fight against in the arena, artwork, movies, etc. Experience for the temple is earned through playing the game again or practicing in the arena. I just went to the arena, equipped my 5 times experience, put it on unlimited magic and health, and I basically unleashed an ass whooping for about 15 minutes. That amounted to about 200,000 experience orbs. Good time. The controls for the Ghost of Sparta remain mostly the same as all the other games, including the console games, but have been squashed to fit into the PSP format. They're very swift and responsive. The main difference is that the Arms of Sparta is mapped to the down arrow on the D-pad, which is usually used for some type of magic. I do have a couple minor complaints due to the lack of another analog button. Dodging can sometimes be a little tricky as it requires the use of the L and R buttons along with the analog nub. Sometimes I would end up equipping Thera's Bane and pulling a combo instead of blocking and dodging. Also, the change from the blades to the Arms of Sparta seemed a little slow. Sometimes I would get hit trying to change. Finally, I occasionally found myself looking for just the right angle to open chests. That was somewhat frustrating, but it didn't happen very often, and it didn't really take away from the flow or the experience of the game. Graphically, Ready at Dawn said that they were wary to do another God of War title after Chains of Olympus because they felt they got everything they could out of the PSP. Well, they were wrong, and obviously hypocrites, and we thank them for that. Ghost of Sparta is, I feel, the best looking game to hit the PSP to date. Just how God of War 2 pushed the PS2 to the pinnacle, I think Ghost of Sparta is possibly doing the same on the PSP. I found myself stopping multiple times just to enjoy the views of the pouring lava rivers, intense rainstorms, icy mountains, wisping of the snow. It was very impressive. I obviously do that a lot on the PS3 regularly, but this was a first for me on the PSP. Kratos looks awesome as well. They've redone it from the ground up so that they can keep that bloodbath look that he likes to have from the God of War 3 where you fight and blood stays on him. My one complaint is that some levels were too dark. I found it actually to be very irritating and bothersome. If you're not playing these levels in a dark room, you're going to have trouble seeing, especially with the reflective nature of the PSP screen. And before you ask, yes, I had it all the way up to the brightness. The soundtrack is nothing less than you would expect from God of War. Intense, epic, moody, just absolutely phenomenal. Overall, this game I think is a must-have for PSP owners. Even on the PSP, each God of War has been able to provide unique stories, exhilarating gameplay, and multiple memorable moments. Ghost of Sparta excels in every aspect, and we here at Classic Elite think that you should just stop what you're doing right now, let the pizza burn, don't even worry to wipe. Just get off of what you're doing right now, stand up, and go pick up Ghost of Sparta. It's too entertaining not to.
Help me.